everybody. Welcome to Uncle Dave's Brigade. Today is Texas Tuesday, and I've got Jim Reeves. He'll have to go. If I could sing, which I can, this is the voice I'd like to have. Jim Reeves. I mean, oh my goodness. What a crooner. What a voice. This is the stuff my mom listened to. Now, my dad, he had a different take. He liked to listen to Hank Williams Sr. and Bob Wills and some of the other guys. She went with the crooners. So I was raised on this kind of stuff. So anyway, let's get to the music. The the video is kind of grainy, but the quality of the sound is pretty good. He'll have to go. So let's go to it. I'll talk about it later. So let's jump in. While I do this, then hit like, subscribe, post notification bell, and let's get to it.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low, and you can tell your friend there with you he'll have to go. Whisper to me, tell me, do you love me true? Or is he holding you the way I do? Though love is blind, make up your mind, I've got to know. Should I hang up, or will you tell him he'll have to go?
Make a decision, darling.
You can't say the words I want to hear while you're with another man. Do you want me answer yes or no? Darling, I will understand. Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low, and you can tell your friend there with you he'll have to go.
Look out, dude. This is my girl you're messing with. That's what he's telling him in a very nice way. Uh, Jim was known as Gentleman Jim because he just had this nice, low-key personality. You know, you can see it. I mean, you can just see it in his, the way he presented himself. And he was from a little town called Galloway, Texas. I'm from Texas, lived here all my life. I had to look it up. And it's from a larger town called Carthage. I know where Carthage is, northeast Texas. So, that's a small little area, but he grew up here. And, he was real big in the Texas scene back in the early 50s, 40s and 50s. And, excuse me, he was big with what they would call back then the Louisiana hayride. And that was where Elvis really got his start. And he was in all of that area with Elvis, being on the Louisiana hayride, which was broadcast on the radio station in Louisiana, and it had a pretty big broadcast area. And he got his notoriety because Hank Williams Sr. did not show up for a particular venue one night, and so Jim, who was a radio announcer and who also sang in between takes sometimes on the radio, just part of his job, he would sing in between interludes between one part to another, and he was kind of known for that. they asked him, "Can you step in and sing?" Because Hank Williams didn't show up. And so he said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So he did, and A Star Is Born. So that's that he had that crooner baritone voice, and this particular song, when it was released in 1959, went platinum, and it was on not only the country charts, but it hit the pop charts as well. And you can tell why. I mean, this song was a monster hit. Unfortunately, um, 1964, there was a plane crash, took his life, and he was at the wheel, so to speak, and he was flying the aircraft. There was a huge thunderstorm over Brentwood, Tennessee, and it took his life, and several others on board with him. So he was cut short, way short. But they did introduce him into the Country Music Hall of Fame in '67, the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame in 1998. So um, even after his death, they released his music. They kept releasing his music and over. He had hits up until the '80s. I mean, this guy died in '64, and his music kept living on and kept finding new audiences and new audiences and new audiences up until the '80s. That's amazing. That really is amazing. But you listen to the quality of his voice, then you think, okay, you can see why. And I'll be playing a lot more of his stuff. I mean, he's got some good songs out there, and that voice is just amazing. I mean, like I said, I wish I had his voice. And just a side story. My dad tried to get me to like Hank Williams Sr. when I was little. My mom would play, Jim Reeves and all the crooners, Perry Como and Andy Williams and all that. And he would play Bob Wills and Hank Williams and Willie Nelson. And it's like, mm, he played Hank Williams one time. And I was like 5, 6 years old. And I told Daddy, I said, "Daddy, he can't sing. He just can't sing." Then Danny wasn't too happy about that. But I was comparing Hank Williams Sr. with Jim Reeves. So sorry, Jim wins out. But anyway, that's a little bit about Jim, about this particular song. We will get to more Jim later, and we will dig in a little bit more with some of his other songs. He had a lot of hits. So we'll get back to him. But anyway, that's enough for Texas Tuesday. We'll get back to it. And thanks for dropping by. Hit like, subscribe, and post notification bell. Leave a comment. Be nice to each other and be nice to yourself. Don't forget that. Bye.